Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com, and I was just thinking, there's so much weird stuff going on, and I'll tell you, I don't try to make sense of all of it. I don't. But when I first hear about something, I try to think, okay, is there some kind of sense to this? And then it doesn't normally take me too long to figure out there's no sense. This made me start thinking, okay, I guess I am a grumpy old man because I put up with less than I used to put up with. Okay, as an example, I'm walking down the street here, and then 2, 3, 4, 5 of your buddies come up and you start giving me trouble. Wait a minute. I've got plenty of videos talking about what I do. Okay, so let's say I'm walking down the street and they're giving you a bunch of trouble. 4 or 5 guys standing around you and they're giving you a bunch of trouble. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to watch and listen and try to figure out what is going on. One time I saw a guy beat him down, and I didn't do anything. And my wife, said, "Well, what's going on? You didn't do anything." And I said, "Well, for one thing, the guy was drunk, and I didn't see it, but I guess before I got here, this drunk guy kept getting in this guy's face and getting in his face." And then finally, when I got there, then the guy just started whomping on him. And when I first started seeing him getting whomped on, I thought, well, maybe I need to go talk to him. And then that's when I realized what was going on. This was some drunk that's getting in his face. Okay. And but the thing is, I'm watching you. What are these people doing to you? And I'm watching this. Okay, now first thing I'm going to do is I got to figure out what is going on. Okay, the first thing I figured out is they're really inappropriate behavior. Now, hey, I've done inappropriate behavior before. I told you when I was younger, I'm in Topeka now, and I kept getting in trouble in Topeka, and they sent me down to the Oklahoma line. And down there, old guys like me would whack me upside the back of the head and say, "Boy, don't do that." So, and what? I was doing inappropriate behavior. And then, whoa. So I stopped doing it. I mean, all you gotta do is tell me. I'm young and stupid. So I'm gonna do stupid things. Okay. So now I've determined these people are inappropriate. And then they looks like they're scaring you. I'm watching, and they're scaring you. They're starting to scare you. Now maybe they've even pushed you, or I don't know what. Let's just say they've done stuff, and you're scared. Maybe they might have even hit you, slapped you, or doing something. And there's 4 or 5 of these guys, and so then you're getting a little. Okay, now what I see is these people are acting immoral. Okay, now once I realize a person is immoral, then it's to what level are they? Are they so immoral that they don't mind hurting and killing others? You got to remember, I deal with kidnappers and I deal with all kinds of bad people, and they are immoral. And they could be nice as can be, but they're immoral. And when somebody's immoral, there's a degree that you're going to have to deal with. And some people are immoral because they're just weak and stupid. And then, remember, slapping you upside the back of the head? Okay, I may tongue lash them and get them to wake up, make them realize their actions are not only improper, but immoral. And you don't want to be immoral. That part's kind of hard to explain to these people. Because if they're immoral because of their stupidness, that's one thing. If they're immoral and they've been doing it as a practice and they think this is behavior that's acceptable, then that calls for different type of reaction from me. Okay, so now if that's the case, I'm looking to see if somebody's appropriate, they're acting appropriate, and then if they're inappropriate, I got to figure out, is it something that gets them into a degree of immoral? And so this is what I'm looking at in situations. Okay, now, this same thing, this is when you hear me talk about morals, and I try to get people to think with their morals. Because it's the same thing applies to policemen, politicians, anybody that wants to express their authority over you. You have to figure out, okay, first thing, is it appropriate? And then, okay, a policeman, I'm out here walking and a policeman comes over here and starts talking. Is it appropriate? Yeah, it's appropriate. He's a policeman. He's just wanting to find out what I'm doing walking around out here. So that's appropriate. Okay, and then I got to see how he's going to handle that. And then, it's easy to say, well, he's handling it like a policeman should, a law enforcement should, or he shouldn't. That's easy to say like that. I, on the other hand, look at it as, are you acting moral towards me or immoral? And out here in the United States, in a civilized country like this, policemen most of the time are acting moral towards me. And then I've had some that are acting immoral. Then I've had to figure out how bad are we going to go with this? Because I'm only going to put up with so much of it. I understand you think you got authority over me and you're going to give me tickets or you're going to tell me what to do. I understand that. Now, if it doesn't make sense to me, then we already know you're acting inappropriate. And because you're not explaining what it is, why I need to don't walk around here. Okay, explain that to me, and then if they feel like they don't have to explain it to me, now we've gone into the moral. Their moral responsibility is, why don't you want me being around here? Well, we don't want people, it's a closed business, we don't want you walking around here. Okay, you explain that to me, or if you feel like you don't have to, now we've gone to a different level of being immoral. So then it changes. So the same thing applies with politicians. They say, okay, good one, wear a mask. We want you to wear a mask. Wear a mask like this. We want you to wear a mask. Okay, sounds good. I understand your responsibility. You see your responsibility as the safety of this community. And you are saying, put the mask on. Okay, I am asking why. And then you say, well, it's because it's a mandate. Okay, well, you can mandate anything. I mandate stuff all the time. Okay, we're going to have to go a little further than that. Why are you doing this? Well, that's because of public health. Okay, how does the mask affect public health? And then, so now they're not answering the question. And the reason is they don't have any facts to back this crap up. They're just kind of, I'm the boss and I'm telling you, this was the crap that they're doing. Okay, the first thing is, you're not the boss. If I was working for you, I would ask the same question. I would ask my boss, why am I doing this? You know what I mean? And then let him, and then I'll tell you what he's going to do. He's going to say, well, there's been a mandate for it, and so we got to do it. Well, that's because you're a wimpy boss. I told you, if I had my businesses, I never wore a mask. And if I had my businesses, I would not shut them down. I would not do what you told me because it was inappropriate, the first thing. Now, the next thing is I got to figure out, is it moral? What are you telling me that is it a moral or immoral statement? Okay, you're telling me to wear the mask. I'm asking you why, and you have no facts to back it up. You just say, well, the state. I'm the mayor, and I tell you to do it because the state said that we had to do that. Okay, now you're lying because the state didn't tell you. Now, because the state doesn't want to take that responsibility. So then they'll pass it on down to the mayors, let them do it. And that's because you don't want to do the whole state because there's people live out in the country. We don't have no problems, but we have to wear a mask. I don't think so. I'm not an idiot. I don't go along with this crap. So then, now I've figured out you act inappropriate because you didn't answer my question. And you're trying to make me do things. You're telling policemen to make me do this stuff. No. But I'm going to do the same thing with the policeman. I'm going to ask him the same thing. And if his best answer is, well, I've been told to do this, that tells you your police are weak. And I have no problem telling them they're weak. I have no problem. First, I make them look like an ass because they can't explain what it is they're doing. And now remember, now I'm an old guy. I can do it pretty good. I can make you look like an ass pretty good. A young guy, they can take advantage of young guys. But the old guys, they don't put up with that shit. And the reason they don't put up with it, because they know it's inappropriate. And the next thing is, it's immoral. You don't have the right to tell me to wear a mask, to get the shot thingies and all this. You don't have the right to do all this. So, and for you to try to make me, you are acting immoral. Now, how much do you want to make me? Are you going to tell the policeman that I have to do it? You going to tell my boss that I have to do it? Are you going to send the SWAT team in to make sure that I do it? Okay, all the people that go along with this crap, you got to remember, now they have been acting inappropriate. Now, when you start coming to me, I'm going to try to figure out, are you acting immoral? Because I don't allow immoral things to happen to me. And so now, are you willing to do immoral acts to make me do what somebody else tells you to do? You know, this is what I'm saying. So when and I'll ask a politician, okay, we had they're making a wall to stop the illegal immigration, people just walking over, okay. And then you say, no, we're going to take down the wall, we're not going to make the wall and stuff. And then I'm going to say, well, I'm going to think, well, maybe they know something that I don't. So then I ask, okay, what is this going to do to stop the illegals from coming over? Okay, then, you know, I don't know how they're going to answer it because there's no right answer. But so now I know it's inappropriate. What they're doing is inappropriate. You're allowing these illegals coming in to our country for whatever reason. That's all I was asking. Why? Well, we need cheap labor to do the job that Americans won't do. Because you notice now Americans are getting lazy. They don't do shit anymore. So that's why we need to get these illegals. So go on, tell me that. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to figure out, I know it's inappropriate unless you can explain it. Okay, now you can't explain it. So now I'm figuring, okay, is it immoral what you're doing? Are you getting these people to come up here so they can work cheap for cheap labor? I think that's kind of immoral. Sure not the American way. You got to remember, Americans and the American way, we are known to be moral people. This is why I can go to foreign countries, I can do stuff, and I don't get in trouble because I am doing I make the moral decisions and actions. And like I say, places like China, they wanted to jail me and do all kinds of stuff, but it's really hard. Even though I broke their laws, it's hard because I haven't done anything immoral. And they know they're dealing with an American, in which American is moral. That's why I talk about thinking with your morals. Your actions are done with morals. Expect people around you to act with morals. Is that too much to ask? It may be, because it is in foreign countries. It's too much to ask that people act morally. Because it is. It's kind of tough one to act, because you're starting at the bottom, people that don't realize and understand how morals work. We should have. And if we've not, you need to talk to people like me, and we'll explain it to you. Okay, first, you're acting inappropriate. And if you don't do it correctly, it may be going to immoral. And then if it's immoral, you're going to have to deal with somebody like mine. So, you want to be able to understand your morals and be able to use them, not be scared of them. Because I'll tell you, bad people are scared of moral people. Only moral people that understand morals is acting a certain way. I have a moral responsibility not to allow you to act inappropriate to the point where you're doing immoral acts on you. I'm not going to let them do it to you. Well, the law says it's none of your business. Like I care about the law. Number one thing is morals. This is the United States. Morals is number one. So you should be looking for the people around you to act morally. You should be looking for our leaders to act morally. This is why police are having a hard time. They're doing as they're told instead of acting moral. I told you I was going to be a policeman. I was training with them. I was running around with them. I was doing all this stuff. And it was just too many things. You got to do this, you got to do that. And I was asking too many questions. And I found out a lot of stuff is inappropriate. And now this was back in the 70s. And now, but see, you got to remember, I think, because I want to do the morally proper thing. Now, you got to remember, I came from Vietnam. That was very difficult, trying to do the morally proper thing when you're in war. It's tough. That's a whole nother, I don't even know how to explain that. That's a tough one. And the military life is done differently. And that's why I was shocked before I left to Vietnam, the Marines told me I'm under no obligation to take an immoral order. Somebody orders you to do something immoral, you don't have any obligation to do that. That's what they did when the Jews, and they were killing the Jews. They said, they ordered me to do this. Okay, they ordered you to be immoral, and you did it. That's not gonna work. Okay, so that's what they were saying to me. They can't order me to do anything that is immoral. Man, 18 years old, trying to figure out what is moral, and I thought I knew what was moral and not moral. War is hell, and you have to make decisions. I've made those decisions. I still make them right now. That's why you act inappropriate. I'll watch and try to figure out what's going on. You act immoral. You don't really expect me to sit and do nothing. This is Mike. NoStressMike.com.